Okay, so there's no denying that there's been a significant slowdown in the real estate market in New York City because of the recent pandemic. The city's really dead right now. A lot of people have left the city, many aren't going to return until well after Labor Day, and some might not return at all. The market has slowed considerably, with less active buyers in the market and many sellers choosing to remove their properties from the market or hold off on a planned listing. Still, some people are going to have to sell right now, either because they've had major life changes or they've had changes to their financial situation, like a promotion or the loss of a job. So the question is, if you do have to sell your condo, co-op, or townhouse in this buyer's market, what are the steps that you can take to ensure a quick and seamless sale and get the best price possible on your property? Okay, so today I'm going to give you 5 simple tips that you can use to help sell your property in a buyer's market. But before I do, there's a subscribe button right down there. Make sure to press that subscribe button and press that little notification bell so you get notified the next time I post a new video. I'm posting weekly videos about the very basics of real estate and finance. I'd love to have you follow along with this series. Selling a house in a buyer's market is all about grabbing the buyer's attention. Buyers will have plenty of properties to look at, so it's all about doing everything you can to help your property stand out. So here are a few points that I go over with my sellers when we're working together to bring their property to market. Okay, number 1, make sure you've considered all of your options and make sure that you're committed to your decision to sell your property. You get the highest rate of success when you commit to your outcome. While the decision to sell your home can be emotionally fraught, you need to find a way to step back from the emotion and look at this as a business transaction. Number 2 is make sure your home is in tip-top shape. You need to clean and declutter your home. Make sure you don't have any personal items laying around. None of your personal effects should be on the shelves or on the desk or next to your bed. You shouldn't have any personal pictures on the wall. You want to do everything you can to help your buyer envision themselves living in that home. Now, I know this can be particularly hard in New York City because there's a lack of space. So you might even want to consider getting a temporary storage space where you can take a lot of your personal items and store them while your home is being shown. Also, now's the time to take care of any minor repairs or aesthetic items that you may have been putting off. Any repairs or painting touch-ups that may need to be done, now's the time to do them. You don't want anything to distract your customer when they're viewing your home. Okay, number 3, in a buyer's market, it's really critical to have the best marketing possible. And this is where your choice of agents really makes all the difference. You need to make sure your agent is using the best quality photography to market your home. The photographs are the first thing that your buyers are going to experience, and that's your chance to make that first impression. If your photographs don't grab them, they're just going to scroll through or click through to the next option. Also, the market right now is really expecting that you're going to have a 3D or virtual tour of your home. Because of COVID and the pandemic, with much less actual in-person showings being done, it's pretty much expected that you're going to have some sort of virtual walkthrough that they can experience before they make that final decision to go visit the home in person. I provide this to all of my seller clients as part of my package. All of my sellers are either going to have a virtual walkthrough or a video tour as part of my marketing service to them. I also firmly believe that you need an agent that's willing to think out of the box and use social media to market your property. It's not enough just to put the listing on the major listing sites and wait for those phone calls. You really have to go out and find those buyers where they are. I use Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube to market properties. You wouldn't believe the amount of calls I get from posting properties on Instagram. Okay, so number 4, I want you to give the buyer as much information as you possibly can. You know, buying a home in New York City can be a confusing and frustrating process. The more information you can give your potential buyer right up front, the more confident they're going to feel that your property could make a great and viable home for them and their family. I recommend creating a house book. This would be a binder of information about your home that potential buyers could review. It should have information about the condo or co-op rules if you're selling a condo or a co-op, and it should also have information about any renovations you've done to the property while you've owned it. If you've recently remodeled the bathroom, you should have that information in there. You can even have receipts to document the value that you've added to the home while you've owned it. I think you should also include information about the neighborhood. What are your favorite amenities that are there, and what are the best local restaurants? Tell them about the library that's just down the street, or what's your favorite park to take your kids to, or where you walk your dog. So this not only helps the buyer to see the charms of the neighborhood they could potentially move to, but it also lets them know that the home was really cherished and well taken care of. Okay, so number 5, this is the final and most important thing to consider when selling your property in a buyer's market, is price. And this point really circles back to point number 1. You really need to view this as a business transaction. If you overprice your property, that's going to result in low turnout for open houses and low interest in the property in general. This in turn is going to keep the property on the market for too long, and properties that have been on the market for too long just look flawed to other potential buyers. It's a downward negative spiral and not a good strategy for achieving your goal, which is to sell your home. A much better strategy is to trust your agent and to rely on the comparables market research that they should be providing you. Ultimately, the market is going to assign a value to your home, and a good agent will know how to read that value. Then the best strategy is to price your home slightly below its value. This is going to result in an abundance of interest in your property and a multiple of parties that are interested in making an offer. Multiple offers can result in bidding wars and the opportunity to sell your property above its value. Okay, so there you go. I know the decision to sell your home can be difficult and stressful anytime, and especially when the market is slow. But trust me, if you commit to your outcome, are thoroughly prepared, use savvy marketing, and most of all, price your property correctly, it is definitely possible to sell your property in a buyer's market in New York City. So if you're considering selling your home and you'd like to speak with me, feel free to reach out for a free consultation and evaluation. I'm going to put my email address and my phone number in the description below. Give me a call, shoot me an email. I'm here to help. All right, thank you so much for listening, you guys. I hope this has been helpful. I'll see you next time. Bye.